civilized, I am superior to you. The donkey say, listen man, like something wrong with your brain. Sit down and pay attention while I explain. He say, man, you just call me jackass and say how I stupid. But when I don't feel the walk, I ain't walking, no matter how you beat me. But a man will walk and walk and walk till he drop down with heart attack. So answer me fast, who civilized and who's the jackass? And the ram goat say, you just tell me how my odor offends your nose. But 2 days pass and a man ain't paid, he's smelling from head to toes. If ram goat had perfume and soap and powder, ram goat would smell like a rose, and that ain't no joke. So who's civilized and who's the ram goat? The man say, oh Lord, you crazy, mankind way is the best. Look how I'm wearing me 3-piece suit, me fancy shoes and me vest. And animals do not have motor car, and they do not have TV. The monkey says, stupid man, look, listen to me. The animals born with their shirt and pants, and their shoes and their socks as well. And we don't want no big motor car, gasoline expensive like hell. You watching Oprah on TV, and your best friend Oprah your girl. So please answer me, who's civilized and who's the monkey? And the tomcat say, you just tell me how I have no morality. But when I feeling romantic, it's one female cat and me. A man does have 42 women, he looking for 43. So answer me that, who's civilized and who's the tomcat?
peaceful people struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we.
Oh yes, a lot of you gon' vex, but I tell you, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Podmore. Unity is the key. We are all one, and we should be treated as one. This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I...
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. It's the 27th of September, 2024, and it's Friday. We're heading into the weekend. I trust everybody had a productive week. I know everybody's on a high note based on our Guyana Amazon Warriors and their streak. You know, things are looking good. Might be we here again, right? Also, yesterday we had the Mukesh said, wow, on time. Yeah, terrible, you know. Jeez. Mukesh. Anyway, yesterday we had the press conference by the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party. And as normal, the General Secretary will have touched on a wide range of topics, you know, to address a lot of the topical issues currently in Guyana. He took some time to even look at I don't know if you all noticed, the opposition has published, what was it called? Their oil and gas plan, right? The APNU, the PNC. The PNC has published its oil and gas plan. Trouble. Yeah, Anthony Wong, I have seen some posters. Yeah, I think Simona Brooms may be running for president. And we would have heard yesterday, Glenn Lal, like he backpedaling on this presidency thing. And I know he played here for y'all. We can look at it again before we go. Nevertheless, Morning to all the persons across the diaspora. Morning to the persons across 10 administrative regions. And a special good morning to the persons here in the comment section already. Lenny Lachman, Lana Mariah, Shane, morning to you. Sunil Raghubir, Rahim Amarali, Ramnarain Singh, Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada, Umar Sharif from NYC, Nadia Balwan Danraj, good morning to you. Malchan Prem Kumar, watching from JFK, Ormila Gusai, good morning to you. Narain Singh from NYC, good morning to you. Faisal Ghani, Tosi Ramchedi, Dioraj Nand, Jasoda Bodram, Philip Diabru, Ganesh Bharat, Marisha Sami, good morning to you, and I'm happy to see that you're here this morning. I hope you have recovered and you're back to 100%. Lash PA, morning to you, brother. Pam, morning to you, and Trevor. Thank you for the message yesterday, Pam. Gaichi Baldio, morning to you. Philip Diabru, good morning to you. Chitra Sukraj, morning to you as well. Krishna Deodat, morning to you. Eunice Raghubir, morning to you. You and Rita. Eunice, thank you for messaging and checking on me as well. Joe Satar, morning. Eddie Ramnad, Gil Ian, Mohammed Isaf, Daniel Kochi, morning to you. Derek Drupal, Sherwin Siram, morning to you. Prasad Pati, Asha Dali, Jane from St. Martin, special good morning to you. Lance Henry, Dionan Suku, Savita Sokraj, good morning to you. Rajendra Mahes, good morning. Rakesh, Lola Hari, Dale Henry, Jamila Kayum, Vijay Lacha, Mukesh Vishnudat, Ella Bagmati, good morning to you. Aliyah Mohammed, Neil Ramlokan, Farina Wong, Leslie Mongol, Ion Bipat joining us from Barbados along with Nirmala Allen, Norman Aziz, good morning to you. Bibi Kali Charan. Who else we got here? Rafi Khan, morning to you. Maureen Razio, Fong Raja, morning to you. And King Emperor, Cyril Mosley, morning to you. Richard Stanislas, Henry Jagdio, Philip Gonraj, Anthony Wong joining us from France. Savita Rose, morning to you. Carla Thomas, Daram Buru, morning to you. Miss Ramcharan, morning. Lily Prashad, Robert Hillerman, Anita Williams, a lot of strange names. Shazim Hanif, morning to you. To all the new people, special good morning and welcome to the program. Thank you for tuning in. And, let's go. Hannah Mohammed, Krista Kurprasad, morning. Asif Hamad, good morning. Jean Cornelius, good morning. Michael Danis, morning. So, oh, jeez. I missed y'all yesterday. We had some stuff to deal with yesterday that we couldn't, and that's how it goes sometimes. But we're here again today, and let the show must go on. So the first thing I want to have us discuss this morning, it was a video that I saw of the protests in Brooklyn. And to tell you all the truth, sometimes it's really saddening. It's really saddening when you see Raj Singh, morning to you. Yeah, it's really saddening when you see, and I'm speaking as an Afro-Guyanese, how senior Afro-Guyanese operate in a certain manner. Now, listen, I understand that in the past, there has been a lot of racial tension and division between Afros and Indians, but I am of the belief that we are in a era where there's no place for that. There was no place for it then, but even more so now. We're not in a place where, racism should be a thing. It is, but we need to do better, right? So I was looking at the video from the protest, right? I don't know how many of you would have seen the video. Now, what I want to reiterate here is how funny it is that some people see their rights, the right to protest, the right to not agree, the right to have a different view and shout to the mountaintop that those rights should be respected. But the rights of others to have a different view from them has no place in the world. So the only persons who have rights in their view are those outside protesting. The persons attending the event, they have no rights. They have no rights to either agree with the persons hosting the meeting to want to attend. Right? Royal Blackman, welcome. I saw you on the live, the vice president's live yesterday. If you're willing to come on the program this morning and let's talk, let me know. Let me put a number on the screen so you can text me. Let me send you an invite. Royal Blackman, I see you. Hold on, let me put a number on the screen. Right? So they only respect their rights to protest, not the rights of persons to attend this event, to support their elected president. For those who are still completely Guyanese, because some of them move over and got citizenship and stuff, but still they're viewed as Guyanese. So persons came out to see their president, and these group of people here were out protesting. I want y'all to listen to the audio. Don't mind the video too much. I just want y'all to listen to the rhetoric that was built it out here. Listen to it.
Because schoolie apartments, why do you rush it at these people?
Now that is what is that? What is that? And the thing is, I don't even like repeating it, because me repeating it would cause me to use some of these racial slurs. Now, what does it matter whether it's an Indo apartment or an Afro apartment? What does that have to do with the protester? You understand me? What that got to do with them out there? If the persons who own this business, are they not free? Are they not free to have an opinion? Are they not free to support who they want? Just as you guys are free to go out there and protest and mislead as you want? Come on. Listen to this woman. And this is the division that we don't need here in Guyana. We don't need it here. So for all those, sad to say, and I know I'm going to get lashed for this, because you can hear I'm racist towards black people. But for all those Afro-Guyanese in the diaspora that feel we are still in the Burnham era and this division is the way forward for this country, please, I come into that Mauritius Army. I have that too. Right? That we don't want that here. If you're in America and you want to portray that division between Guyanese over there or between you and the white man over there, y'all do it over there. But don't involve Guyana in your foolishness. Every time people trying to pull this country together, you understand? It's always things like this to push us further apart. Right? What does that have to do with you guys protesting? Listen. It don't end there. Listen to it.
Because schoolie apartments, why do you rush it at these people?
Because she's entitled to. America is a free country. They might even claim they got more freedom than Guyana. So if she wanted to host the president of Guyana, that's her entitlement. So do you have an apartment that somebody can come and rent? You have a facility that somebody can come and use to host an event? She's studying how much Indian apartments they got. How many apartments do you have? Can Rickford Board come and rent your place to host an event for y'all out there after the fact? Like a little meet and greet after the protest? Do you have an apartment? Listen to the gentleman.
Why she take them there?
Yes.
And this will threaten me. Why she take them? What the hell that got to do with you? What does that have to do with you? What does that have to do with you? You have a facility to rent anybody, but the people who established and got a facility, and Jesus, look, that's why people say certain things, you know.
I have no regards to share.
And the black people, the black man still go and support you.
No, you hear that? The woman, I have no regards for her. No, the owner of this business ain't talk to she and tell she nothing. But she got no regards to the woman. And here the man, the black people, go still support she. Because the majority of them know the foolishness that y'all on. The majority of them are not on the foolishness that y'all on. And again, not this week, but last week, the General Secretary spoke to this. There is this belief that once you're an Afro-Guyanese, you are indebted and you must be loyal to the Afro-Guyanese grouping or the Afro-Guyanese party, despite whether they may be perpetuating sensible or idiotic things. So without fear, favor, affliction, ill will, all black people must band together. You understand? Even if we're going off a cliff, right? Or if the AP and your AFC government, like they were doing, driving us into the Demerara River to drown all we. Thank God we had elections and somebody threw out a life raft to save this country based on how things were going. You understand me? So again, we see where the division comes from. Another point I want to make before I move on. You always hear people at these protests complaining about racism and this and that. But every time you look at it, every time you hear it, the persons perpetuating the racist slurs and the racist attacks against people is usually black on black violence. Lance Henry, the vice president, spoke on the Minister Ramson issue, and I think he also highlighted that it was dealt with and the gentleman would have rescinded his resignation. And I think he also said yesterday it could have been handled in a better manner or whatever it is. Right? I have no other details on the matter. It was addressed. So, as I was saying, most of the time when you hear racism, and I'm not talking people complaining, like you're hearing somebody calling somebody slave or slave catcher or house slave or jagabat or them kind of thing. It's usually black on black violence. It's usually black on black violence. There is no recording or video of the president, the prime minister, the vice president, none of them using those words. Well, Cathy Hughes make a claim, but whatever. But I'm talking about, I'm not talking about low life. Rod Blackman, what more you want me to say? Hold on a second, people. Rod Blackman, what more you want me to say? This situation was addressed, brother. You understand me? The man said it was handled badly. The vice president intervened. The man rescinded his resignation. So he probably feels pleased enough with what was done. If he didn't, I think he would have, let the resignation stand. Right? Raul, I'm saying it's not for me or you to determine how it should have been addressed. I am saying that the administrator of the facility felt good enough to rescind his application based on the interventions that were made. That's it. That's all I got to say about that. But back to what I'm saying. this black on black violence that happens. So you'll find Rickford Burke addressing Afro-Guyanese that doesn't agree with him, house slave, and whatever other terms he used. Who used the slave catcher term? David Hines calling I think it's Gita Chan slave catchers. You understand? That is the kind of thing that happens. So again, they cannot go to the US government. They cannot go to any ethnic rights body and say, listen to this. This is what Barajagdio said about black people. This is what President Ali said about black people. Black people are dogs, or black people are slaves, or black people are lesser persons. There's nothing that they can go and show. But we can sit here and look at videos over and over and over of Afro-Guyanese ridiculing other Afro-Guyanese. You understand me?
The black man still got support you.
The black people want to hear the voice in Guyana, and they don't want.
Yeah, look at this. Who want to hear you voice? You can. So here's what I'm trying to say. Black people in Guyana, we didn't. If we had a meeting that I did not know about, yeah, please send me the minutes. I am wondering who or on what grounds these people decide, well, okay, the Afro-Guyanese population of Guyana asks us to represent them. And this is what I'm trying to show you. They are here free to do as they like and protest. But the other Afro-Guyanese aren't free to host their president. They aren't free to attend an event in the same America that they're living in, that got freedoms. Quincy Gibson, morning to you, brother. Big up yourself and the team up there on the East Bank. You understand what I'm trying to show you? They are free to protest and ridicule and call names and tell people don't support this lady business. But the persons attending the event, they violated. You understand? The person who made her place available, whether she rent it or she do it for free, violated. Where is the logic in this? Anyway, I done with this here. Let me go over to this one here now. Look.
Did you have a good protest? You had a good protest? Had a good protest, man?
Look, Granny. Look, Granny face. What? Look, Granny face. Watch.
You had a good protest?
Look, Granny face. Excuse me. Look, Granny face. This poor big woman. Look where y'all got she out here. Huh? This poor big lady. Instead of this lady, relax yourself. Instead of this lady, relax yourself at home in your old age. You understand me? Relax herself at home in her old age. She outside protesting what, auntie? She outside protesting what? Were you protesting? You take your Captopril, you take your Lasix. What's wrong with these people? And even she know the protest was stupidness. And I asked this guy, I can't remember if this is the same guy during the 2020 elections who was saying he don't know why the government doing so much for the indigenous communities because they don't contribute anything to that. I don't know if it's him. It looks like him. It looks like him and it sounds like him. I'm not sure. So I don't want to label him, but it looks like this same person. I don't know if anybody remembers that video. A guy was driving in a he was in an S. It looked like an SUV he was in, and he was talking about the government doing things in the indigenous community and them not winning the vote and indigenous people don't contribute nothing to this country. They don't contribute. We got time with them people. They don't contribute nothing to Guyana. That is the mentality of these PNC supporters. Let me continue. Y'all remember Auntie Face? I don't even know she drinks her water tablet. She out on the road.
Yeah, good exercise. Huh?
So this is an outing for these these senior citizens. This is an outing. The lady come out for exercise. You understand? This is an outing for them.
You like it?
No. The attendance was poor. The attendance was poor. Watch.
Yeah, good exercise. Huh? You like it? Why you didn't like it?
You don't want more people. You see Auntie Face. Auntie feel like she waste she morning. Y'all waste Auntie morning to come out to this stupidness. Right? This is like them 5 people that show up at GCOM every Tuesday. I don't know what they're doing there. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I had to respond to a message. So look me here. Let me continue. I say fraud is fraud. Fraud is fraud. What? And she said?
Yeah, good exercise. Huh? You don't like it? Why you didn't like it?
Yeah, people that go to work. Rickford working ain't nobody no money. Rickford working creating employment over there for anybody. Rickford work struggling like a lot of persons who go to America and might not and might have been fooled about how easy it is over there. You just got deponent over there. You understand? You have to be on it over there. So people got a whole day, like in Guyana, with them 5 councillors from City Hall could not go and address the issues of their constituents, but spend the day standing up in front of GCOM making themselves some blasted fools like they just vie for national elections. A pack of idiots at City Hall there. All the councillors that's go out there, all y'all stupid. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the people who vying for the national elections and even coming out and protest with y'all? This is how stupid y'all stupid. Dexter Ford. What's this other idiot? Travis Ellis. Oh gosh, who else is down there? I ain't gonna disrespect this other guy. He's always respectful to me. He's sitting in the corner on the right hand side of me on the back bench. Gone out, they protested like they're vying for national elections. You won't see none of the MPs, you won't see Aubrey North, you won't see nobody. But he can send out the worries he got at City Hall and send them out there with the mentor. Don't even go there, Leslie Mongol. Mentor don't go there. I think one or 2 times he been out there. But it's not a regular thing for him. You understand me? It's not a regular thing for him. So even the MPs, the members of parliament, the PNC don't have no regard for the PNC councillors. Because they will not go and stand up in the sun with you and protest. And they have more to benefit at the national elections than y'all pack of worries there in City Hall. You understand me? They got more to benefit, but they can send y'all because they know y'all ain't really doing nothing at City Hall. So go out there and stand up in the hot sun. And they gonna give y'all 5,000 and cook up because y'all part of the party. So it's okay. You're gonna do it for free.
Who, me? I ain't Guyanese. I'm from Kitty. I ain't Guyanese.
This sound like this man that they make this video. Anybody say, Sally Jones, if you have that video with the guy in this vehicle talking about why the government helping indigenous people. Please send it to me.
Stanley Place. Where? Come here.
Look,
Come here.
this is the hundreds of people that Dennis Chibral talked about in his story. The hundreds. You understand? Or over 100, as he put it. Right? What's it with PNC protesters or you know, when the camera come to them, just hiding the face and the thing. If you stand up for a cause, represent your cause. Represent your cause. We're hiding your face and running for. Watch this.
Come here.
The protesters nearly running the road and get knocked down. You understand? Nearly running the road and get knocked down.
Miss. Come here. Hey, girl, hey, bring your big head, Scunty.
You see what talk about black on black violence? Huh? You see what talk about? Guys, this show got, the video got a little profanity in it, so y'all adjust it. Right? You see what talking about? When Afro-Guyanese are addressing other Afro-Guyanese, sometimes we use some very derogatory terminology, man. So if that is how you're addressing another Afro-Guyanese on a video, are you encouraging the other races to respect us when they're dealing with us? Are you helping the problem or adding to it? That's what I want to know.
Well, guys, here we are at the protest. Where did the protest go?
I wasn't there.
Huh?
I wasn't there, but I want to know who is retarded.
They do what? Oh. She premises.
You mad at she and everybody going in there.
You hear though? They're mad at the owner and everybody who going in there. So the owner and the people who going in there are not allowed to have an opinion. They're not allowed to support who they want. They must jump on this bandwagon because of the similarities in the skin color and the ethnicity. Why is that so? Why must the fact that I'm an Afro-Guyanese like you, I must support foolishness? I don't have an issue if an Afro business hosts the Indo-Guyanese president. I have no issue with that. So does that make me a terrible Afro-Guyanese? On what grounds? On what grounds you vex with this lady that conducting her business? Mind you, that lady in the no way, you know, that lady at her business place. Why are y'all not at your places of business that you are running, conducting your business? Is it that y'all close y'all businesses down to come at this lady business to make yourself something? This is what y'all trying to tell me. Or y'all made enough money that y'all could have taken a day just to make yourself foolish.
Problem. Where's the problem?
Yeah. So this is the United States of America, you know. Everybody got freedoms in this country. Yeah?
No, could you hear that? You hear what me boy just said? This is the United States of America. People got freedom in this country. So that lady is free to host whoever she blood clot like. The people attending the event got the right to attend whichever blood clot event they like. In relation to what the gentleman said in the first video, if they want to still support and buy the bacon saltfish, they can do that, sir. Has nothing to do with you.
People got freedom in this country. If they want to go in, they can go in.
If they got more bacon saltfish, go and get one.
I know he's eating the fucking high blood pressure food. He's a retard. He's a retard. Hey, what? What you said? Hey, I box your mother's son. Go down inside. Go down inside.
And then finally, before I finish with this, that is the end result. Can't get the way. Can't you get you to buy into what They can't sell to you what they're selling or what they're preaching for you to buy in. And because you can't buy in, intimidation and threatening you with violence. You understand? That is it. So because you're not on board, you want to slap your, you want to beat up your, and that's the mentality. That's the mentality. You understand? That's the mentality. So I want to jump over to this here that I saw this morning. Right? Give me a second. I think I changed the page. I just want to show y'all this guy. Right? Let me show y'all this guy. So Norman Brown outside playing, he attacking Prime Minister Brigadier retired Mark Phillips. Right? Norman Brown attacking Prime Minister Brigadier retired Mark Phillips. Now that, you know what's my main issue here? Matter of fact, don't let me tell you. Let me let somebody else tell you. Here's my main issue here.
Very, very dirty person. He makes it his duty, you check it out, to just to tarnish people, to pull them down, to bring them down. And this man is not a man, he should be the last person. You know, the last person, because he struggled, he grew up poor from Linden. He's now a security guard in the UK. You know, he's a security guard in the UK. He ain't got no big position, he ain't got no big wealth. So why you target him? Norman Brown is a very, very dirty person. He makes it his duty, you check it out, to just to tarnish people, to pull them down, to bring them down. And this man is not a man, he should be the last person. You know, the last person, because he struggled, he grew up poor from Linden. He's now a security guard in the UK. You know, he's a security guard in the UK. He ain't got no big position, he ain't got no big wealth. So why are you targeting people who are wealthy? You should be trying to know to say, you know, something. Instead of being a security guard, you should be trying to open your own security service. He's been in the UK for how many donkey years? How many donkey years? Doesn't have his own home. I mean, it might sound petty to some people, but I'm just giving you an insight into these people. They have achieved nothing.
So you understand where I'm coming from, and y'all understand who I am dealing with. You understand me? So you understand who we're dealing with. Norman Brown, who ain't accomplished nothing. He trying to disrespect the Prime Minister, former Chief of Staff, at the highest level of the security field. Norman Brown is the guy. He's not even a constable. Oh God, what is called the police over there? Scotland Yard or wherever the hell it is. Not even a constable. This man, Mark Phillips, who he trying to disrespect, reached the highest levels of the army, Chief of Staff. You understand? After that, I sent to the second highest office in this country, the Prime Minister. And Norman Brown playing, he could talk about Mark Phillips. Norman Brown talking about who is puppet and who this and Jack Dio and all kind of foolishness. Norman Brown, how could you hold a candle to the accomplishments of the Prime Minister? In what way, shape, or form have you done anything that could be related to the accomplishments of the Prime Minister? These guys are ridiculous. And not to say people ain't try to help you. Not to say people ain't try to help Norman. Norman was very cozy with the PPP. Very cozy. They try to nurture him and turn him into something with sense. Help him, help nurture him into more than yesterday. To become more than yesterday, but he didn't want to take it. A matter of fact, let me show you something. This is an old photo. It's long they're trying to help Norman. Long they're trying to help Norman since he was young, the boy distributed. And the people, Asif Ahmad, stop it. Stop it, sir. You stop it. No, listen, it's long they were trying to help steer Norman in the right direction. They probably saw potential in Norman and said, come, look, this is the path. Operate with sense. Stop talking stupidness. So this is where it began. It still trying for help. Then Norman decided he knows something. He want this kind of help. He want the kind of help. You know what help Norman want? Uncle Raphael. Uncle Raphael. Uncle Raphael. You say, why Raphael Trotman stand up like this though? What? Look, I can't. And why does Norman Brown look so disheveled? What is going on? Norman Brown look like he just had a intense meeting with Uncle Raphael. You understand me? And Uncle Raphael look like one of his knees weak. He just trembling. Oh my God. Look, I don't able with these people, you know. I don't able Norman Brown talking about people. More so the Prime Minister. On a point of order, Norman Brown, the people of Linden continue to benefit more under PPP administrations than any PNC administration or coalition administration that y'all will talk about, right? Before 2020, or let's say before 2015, where the Granger administration came in, all the schools, the concrete schools, PPP. The Amelia's Ward, the PPP. Block 22, the PPP. Y'all remember there was a time in Linden, people were complaining about the beating and the skin start burning and all kind of thing coming through the taps. The desalinization plant, the PPP. The new Linden Hospital Complex, the PPP. All of those were pre-2015. Pre-2015. The call center that the APNU came and closed down, the PPP. Right? The PPP. So when you hear people like Norman Brown talking about Mark Phillips is a Lindener and he has to ask Jagdio to help Lindeners and a set of foolishness, this is not Moses Nagamutu, sir. This is not Moses Nagamutu. He put in the post that Minister McCoy was placed at office of the Prime Minister to look over the Prime Minister and give him instructions and a set of stupidness. Kevin, they can always say so. You joined the show late, brother, and that's what I'm trying to say. Kevin Day is a councillor on the East Bank, right? With the area and representing the area, but will be labeled as a traitor because he's Afro-Guyanese, but supports the PPP. He can't have a mind of his own. He can't look at the issues and policies and decide what he wants to support, right? Because they hold in the brains of all Afro-Guyanese. They have the rights on that. That's how they operate. So Norman talking about the Prime Minister and making it seem like the Prime Minister is unable to act and bring relief to Lindeners. Again, sir, I maintain that Lindeners, people in Region 10, during COVID, flooding, whatever it is, the PPP administration has stepped up all the time. So we don't need you, Norman Brown, to play you lobbying on behalf of Lindeners. The government has been doing things to Linden and progressing Linden more than the party you represent has. And could you imagine that whilst they were in office, you couldn't lobby for Lindeners to get certain things? New schools, roads, bringing back the labor office to Linden, the part-time jobs, reopening the call center, expansion of Amelia's ward, expansion of Block 22, young professional homes. You ain't lobby for none of that for the people of Linden or Region 10. And if I remember clearly, the party you represent spoke of, oh, the government making it a handout thing, scholarship, handout, grant, scholarship, handout. That's not what they say, Norman. So now how you trying to make it seem like the government that Mark Phillip represents doesn't want to help Lindeners due to the flood? Nonsense. Flooding has happened before in Region 10, and the government is always on the ground. Minister Edgil, Minister Indar, Minister Hugh Todd, these people are there. The Prime Minister himself is there on the ground whenever anything happens in Linden. When last you been to Linden, Norman Brown? That's a question somebody should ask you. When last have you visited Linden to see what's going on there? Other than talking foolishness that don't make no sense. I think Sally Jones find the video. But I found it highly disrespectful of Norman. You calling the Prime Minister name. You ain't reach quarter, not even quarter. You didn't even reach a quarter of the way that the Prime Minister's reached and accomplished the things that he has done. So you have a seat, Norman Brown. You have a seat, sir. You should be the last person jumping, talking any foolishness about anybody based on your accomplishments. Right? Based on your... Oh my goodness. Trouble. I saw Deron Brown had... Him and Deron Brown. Deron Adams had a press conference. Look, I maintain when these guys had the opportunity to show all the activity and the momentum and the zest in terms of developing Afro-Guyanese, we ain't even talking about the rest of Guyanese. Don't worry with the rest of Guyanese. We ain't care about the Indians, we ain't care about the Chinese, we ain't care about the Amerindians, we ain't care about the Portuguese, we ain't care about the mixed race. We're talking about Afro-Guyanese only. When the APNU AFC, the party of the ancestors, when the ancestors sent them in 2017 and said, my children, go forth and represent your people. They said, frig the ancestors, 2015 to 2020. They said, frig the, and they had no time with the ancestors. You understand? They didn't have time with the ancestors. Look, I am so fed up with the APN, UFC, the PNC, the whole group. Every time I hear them talk about stuff, based on my limited knowledge of their history. Remember, I wasn't around in Bornholm time. I don't know nothing about this. Where you're reading books, where you see on TV, where you hear. Right? You just heard about it. But the Gen X and the Gen Z and all these other generations that came had a first-hand experience 2020. Had a first-hand experience. And the barefacedness of what took place in 2020 still on the minds of a lot of people. So I don't know if people like David Patterson and Nigel Hughes and Aubrey Norton and Valda Lawrence and Sherrod Duncan think that because it's almost 5 years ago, people wash that out of their minds. People remember Basil Williams jumping into his vehicle saying, the elections were free and fair and credible. Yeah, drive off. People remember the behavior of Mingo and Lowenfield and all and Myers at the GCOM building. People remember the interviews outside of the conference center with Mr. Eagle Eye and Mr. You understand? People remember those things. People remember how, and they talk about this government and controlling the police. Y'all could remember during the election, the police tried to remove a commissioner, not no GCOM clerk or no driver, a commissioner of the Guyana Elections Commission. Could you imagine a commissioner of the agency in charge of the election getting dragged out of there, getting put out of the facility? A party, this thing out of focus. Anyway, you can catch itself just now. But could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? A GCOM commissioner. And people like, anyway, that's the kind of foolishness that go on. That whole episode was stinkerfish. Stinkerfish that come out of the trench there that running alongside the Congress place. You understand? Stinkerfish. Now these people want to play, they're coming and talking about democracy and corruption and we hear about the Chinese people and the oil money. Look at this here. I talk about oil money. I had something to show y'all. Look at this here. Not that. I just do it so that they can put me on this side. Watch this. Kian Jabur posts this. Guyana Oil Fund about to hit US $3 billion mark for the first time. Remember, according to the opposition, the government spending all the money, they're doing this, they're doing that, they blah, blah, blah. Friends, family, favorites, cronies, the government doing all kind of thing. But the government still putting up the Guyanese people money. I'm wondering how much this would have been under coalition government. You ever see President Jagdeo, President Ramatar, President Ali take over the GDF compound to host birthday party? And we don't know if GDF pay for that, whether the ministry pay, PNC pay, who pay. You ever hear any president doing them kind of foolishness, hosting their own birthday party in the compound of the Guyana Defense Force? Y'all remember what the dietary bill used to be back in the day? Not so long ago. More than some budgetary allocations, people. The fruito and the eclairs and the chicken puff and them thing was more than the development that was happening in certain sectors. That's what people need to remember. You see how Raphael Trotman transformed from who he was to who he is now? This was good life. Uncle Raphael was enjoying the good life. These people are absolutely horrible. Now, and finally this here. Now, this is one of the waste of a councils I was telling you about. Right? So instead of Dexter Ford go and look after the constituency, he doing Aubrey Norton and the MPs work that in the parliament. Right? He concerned about clean voters list and a set of stupidness. Instead, he focus on the constituency. You think they're gonna make you a member of parliament, Dexterford? You can't even give sensible and proper representation at the council level. I heard you the last statutory, even your own councillors laughing at you because you're getting up and raising stupid, irrelevant points. PNC councillors laughing at you. Even I think the mayor to tell you, sit down, you know, we deal with it already. And again, these councillors, instead of they work on drainage in their community, work on ways of generating funds for the mayor and city council, right? Work on getting garbage collected on time. Work on cleaning the parapets. Work on the markets in the areas that have them that really need rehabilitation. Up to now, no Ghana report on the markets. Up to now, no Ghana report. Can't hear from the mayor. And instead he band together his I got to say band of merry men. His band of worries for councillors. You understand? He got them out there in the hot sun. Got the temple taking heat that it can't take. You can fry the brains, the done stupidity. We all doing. We all doing. We all doing. Come off the road. Go in your communities and work. Look, Councillor Alfonso talking about manholes. Instead of to try and listen to what the man saying and come up with a solution to cracking jokes and making themselves stupid. Listen, I am absolutely distraught when I go to City Hall. Nothing but a talk shop. Almost nothing gets done there. They can't even get a flapping fun day for the staff off the ground. Y'all understand what I'm telling you? A fun day. A fun day. They can't even get off the ground and get going. So to do work is an issue. To have fun is an issue. Jesus. Oh. I know what to say about these people. Yeah, look. The people in the capital city have to know what they want. Based on what you've been getting forever, the PNC has been in control of the mayor and city council forever. And it has been one thing all the time. Any roads and drains you see getting done in the capital city is central government doing it. Central government doing it. Listen, at the end of the day, we as Guyanese have to determine what we want for our future. We have to realize if we are going to look at the information in front of us and make an informed decision, or we're going to listen to Jim Cock bring ram goat stories. You hear what I'm telling you? Jim Cock bring ram goat stories and go based on that. Now, my last thing, I swear to God, this is my last point, but it jumped out at me yesterday during the General Secretary's press conference. So, I had asked David Patterson, no, I asked Laura George, because she spoke about internet connectivity in hinterland communities. And I asked her, like, you're a part of a party that had the former telecommunications minister. You find out why she didn't do this in all these communities? She answered. Then David Patterson jumped in and said, well, they put internet in over 200 indigenous communities. Now, it's only about 2-something indigenous communities they have. Right? It's only 2-something indigenous communities. So there's like 90% of them. There's 90% of them. So if you do so much, why not the rest? Right? And if you're saying the government take internet out of these indigenous communities, where are the 2 shows to say so? Where's the evidence? Just like y'all traveling to all them communities in the region, then go where the internet get take out and so look, this is where they had the thing screw in, they screw it out and they move it. This is where the satellite or whatever being, look, they move it. They ain't got no internet here anymore. You're telling me that in these villages where this internet is removed, everybody there is pro PPP, so they would not say anything at all? Not the Tushaw, not the deputy Tushaw, not the councillors, not any village people. Nobody want that because they're supporting the PPP and they can live without this internet. Look, get away from here. Get away from here. Get away from here. Y'all horrible. I ain't talking about my Livewire people. I'm talking about the AFC. Anyway, guys, I out of here. Y'all have a great weekend. Please be safe on the roadways. If you're going to drink, please designate a driver. For the Guyanese on the roadways here, slow the hell down. Stop. What y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Slow down. It's not that serious. If you're late, you're already late. You can't be later than how you're late. Once you're late, you're late. Oh, man. I saw an accident where, I can't remember where it was, but a car run into the back of one of these trucks carrying lumber, like smash all the lumber in the car, in the compartment of the car. Come on, we are doing. And then they can turn around and blame the police. The police can't be at every bar watching you drink. We got to take responsibility for our actions, you know. The people operating vehicles are adults. The police is not there to babysit you. When you do stupid, they're there to enforce the law. So, y'all act with sense, please. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I wish y'all a safe weekend. I'll see you back here on Monday. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
Live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country.